Oh, I know. There's going to be a certain amount of people who come in here and they're like, gay agenda? Gay agenda! So now, calm your tits. I just wanted to bring up, you know, a little theory that I had, a little thing that I noticed on the side while rewatching a couple of these episodes. I thought I'd bring it from my brain to you. So here it goes. I think Alicent Hightower is gay. Get it out. Let it out. Because I know you're salty. You're not even going to wait for the rest of this video. You're just automatically typing. I can see the comments right now. How dare you turn Alicent Hightower gay? How dare you bring this gay agenda to TikTok and YouTube? You bastard. Settle down. So, and it's a discussion that I was having with somebody about people that were gay during the 1940s, 50s, 60s, 70s, and the 80s, and how they basically repressed themselves and conformed to society in a way that put a ton of pressure on their shoulders. Will this person find out? Will I be outed? Maybe if I live like a normal person, maybe I'll be able to make it through it. And you see these people tear themselves apart, trying to deny who they are. And they deny who they are for so long that they end up becoming bitter against other people in the community that are more expressive of their gay side, that they're openly gay, they're openly LGBTQ+. I don't remember the rest of the denominations after that. I'm extremely sorry. But these people end up doing a lot of harm to the community. They end up focusing on the community, end up writing, they become politicians who write laws and legislations against the community, trying to marginalize them and push them into a bubble and squeeze them as hard as possible so that that person can understand what it feels like to be constantly living under fear and constantly living under pressure. That really lends itself to Alicent's entire MO in regards to Rhaenyra. Because when you sit back, Alicent's character is written as being very religious, but she's also in a very controlled environment. Alicent is very reminiscent of women who grew up in the 1940s and 1950s who were gay, but they were a part of these really, really ultra religious families in like the deep South, let's say, who controlled every single aspect of their lives and had expectations for them, who put untold amounts of pressure on them to the point where they had physical external tics. And we see her have a tick in the form of the fact that she picks at her fingernail. And in a sense, Rhaenyra is the object of Alicent's affection. We see a lot of the time that she kind of wishes that she was Rhaenyra, that she could run away and get on a dragon and fly away with Rhaenyra, that she could abandon her duties and forget about Otto Hightower and live the life that she wants to live with Rhaenyra. But she never gets to do that because she's afraid. She's afraid of Otto. She's afraid of the faith of the Seven. She's afraid of how people will talk about her, how people will look at her. And then that resentment, or should I say initially that fear, turns to a level of resentment because the person who she has all of the attention for is basically going off and doing whatever they want. They're sleeping with who they want. They're flying off on a dragon whenever they want. They're putting themselves in danger when they want. They're acting out when they want. And she's still living inside of that controlled bubble. Even after she essentially marries Viserys and she's become the queen, she's still controlled. She's controlled by Viserys. He summons her with a snap of his fingers to his bedchamber so that they can have dull sex. She's still controlled by Otto, who whispers in her ear what she should do, when she should do it, how she should do it. And there's Rhaenyra running off, killing a fucking pig, running off in the middle of the night, kissing Daemon in a brothel, having sex with Criston Cole. And it's those final shreds of hope for Rhaenyra that completely get shattered when Criston blabs and says that he's the one that slept with her. And all of that internal hatred, all of that bitterness towards herself ends up basically reflecting off of Rhaenyra's character, where just like people who had to live their lives in fear, who conformed to a society that was unwilling to basically accept them, she goes out of her way to make Rhaenyra's life a living hell, so that Rhaenyra can feel every single thing that she felt. She puts pressure on Rhaenyra. She pushes Rhaenyra into a corner, like confines her into that exact same orb, that exact same cube, because she wants Rhaenyra to feel exactly what it is that she's felt. Her children are basically just an extension of herself. Her children have to be better than Rhaenyra's children. They have to be on top of Rhaenyra's children. They have to crush Rhaenyra's children. They have to become king. They have to become queen. They have to have all of these aspirations that put them above Rhaenyra's children, because Rhaenyra's children are an extension of Rhaenyra, who must also be put into that box and who must also be put under pressure so that they can understand where it is that they are coming from. And that's the boil over that happens during the scene at Driftmark, where her child is injured, and the first thought that pops into her head is, I want an eye for the eye that your child took from me. And she draws the dagger and she rushes Rhaenyra. She doesn't rush the child, she rushes Rhaenyra. And Rhaenyra takes that moment to well, it's a baited slash because she slashes herself on the wrist, but she takes that moment to basically have that one-on-one with Alicent, where she realizes finally there's not going to be a reconciliation between both you and I. Your hatred of me runs deep. It runs deep enough to the fact that in this hall, surrounded by all these people, you're willing to go out of your way to kill me so that you can continue denying the truth about yourself. And Rhaenyra takes a slash. She takes the slash to open up other people's eyes to the type of person that Alicent truly is. She's not holier than thou. She's a bitter woman. She's a bitter woman filled with hate. And that hate really has nothing to do with Rhaenyra. It has everything to do with the fact that at one point in time, Alicent felt something for Rhaenyra. Rhaenyra was ignorant and blind and was off just doing her own thing. Alicent was stuck in that box by Otto Hightower, and then that box was transferred over to Viserys, and then there was a back and forth tug of war that she could not escape, and a part of Alicent died. Whatever that part of Alicent was that held hope or love for Rhaenyra, between Viserys and Otto pulling her back and forth and using her how they wished, that part of her died, and that entire area was filled with nothing but bitterness and hatred. And it started out her hating herself. But then when she realized that the person who she's always loved was just off living their own life, doing their own thing, it hyper focused onto Rhaenyra. And I cannot wait to see the continued interactions between both of their characters. Because I think between the young actresses and the older actresses, absolutely fantastic job making their relationship so fucking dynamic that every single day you can come up with like a different theory as to why this relationship went so fucking sour. But hey, I'm just a guy on YouTube who's also on TikTok. Please don't come into my comment section and be mad because the title may have gay in it. You're okay. This is a safe space. And I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.